I'm Andy, and I play guitar and sing in therapy.
I'm Graham, and I play drums.
And I'm Michael, and I play bass guitar.
And I'm Martin, and I play cello and guitar.
Okay. It's been a while since we heard of you guys. What was the last year for therapy? How did it look? How was it? What did you do?
We spent all year in our studios recording the album, and we sort of went over to do little shows and some big shows in countries we'd never been to before, like Slovenia, Turkey and Hungary. So we were very, very busy. It took us 7 weeks to record the album, but that was over a 9-month period. Because we wanted time off in between, the 2 weeks in the studio at a time, so we could actually look back on it and make sure we were happy with it, rather than rush it.
Because you had a long tour before.
Yeah, we'd 2.5 years off since the last tour and record, but I mean, we'd been touring solidly for about 3 years, with like maybe a month off here and there.
That is so amazing.
Yeah, well, we didn't stop working for 3 years, and we didn't have any time or any imagination or any inspiration to write new songs, so we had to slow things down a little bit because we were burning ourselves out.
And how is it to play for people like, for example, in Slovenia?
That was great.
Brilliant, yeah.
Really good. I think, in a lot of those countries, very few bands will actually make the time and effort to go over there and play a show, and that they kind of underestimate the intelligence of the audiences. We go over there and there'd be people in Slovenia that would know more about the band than, half the audience maybe in the United Kingdom would. So it was really a really great eye-opening experience for us. It was great, it's funny, you meet like-minded people everywhere across the world.
Lay down together for a while. Put all your clothes in a nice, neat little pile. You're the cutest girl I've ever seen in my life. But it's over now with my knife. Diane, Diane, Diane.
Do you say for yourself that there's a new sound to therapy because of the two new members?
Well, it's still identifiably therapy in sound, but it's a denser sound.
A denser sound?
Yeah, far denser sound. I mean, I think with the three of us, and our Fyfe, our last drummer, had a very, very high-pitched kit, and the guitars are very high, and it tended to be the whole thing had no bottom end to it and no kind of real grind, the further towards the end of the three-piece we got, the tinnier the sound got. And now it's like there's two guitars, so sonically it's a lot more powerful and controlled. And certainly as a guitar player, I used to have to play really frantically with power chords to try and fill in the space some of the times, and it didn't really work. Whereas now it's like the two guitars or else the cello and the guitar doing different things. And it's the sound's a lot more claustrophobic, I think, with the last...
Claustrophobic?
Yeah, the last therapy record with songs like Diane and Stories, it was very, very big sound, very epic sound, and this time around it sounds as if you went to see us rehearse in a small room or went to see us at a club. Very much so, and I quite like that. It sounds like there's a lot of little skull monkeys running around your head.
That should be an experience.
Yeah.
Summer marches on. We should go away together. Mongrels in a mess forever. Welcome to the church I want. Welcome to the church I want.
It's always a hard question, why do you call your album? But because there's a new formation, semi-detached. Does that have anything to do with it, with the new formation of the band or not?
That's kind of state of mind, and the title originally comes from the kind of houses which I grew up in and Michael grew up in. The small little suburban houses, which there's two houses in one, semi-detached housing. But it's also kind of the state of mind where state of mind where you kind of take a step back from things. We get too wrapped up in the whole kind of media circus and the whole rock and roll thing. And we decided, well, it doesn't really matter anymore apart from playing for ourselves and our fans. We took kind of step back and we wanted to drop out of the rat race. Just really sick of watching other bands get so concerned about chart positions and being the biggest band in the world, you know, and we just love living in our own little universe and not having to have any pressure on us to be the next U2 or the next Guns N' Roses, you know.
That must be a nice feeling, though, that you can have that ease.
Well, it's nice. It's a nicer feeling for us than trying to climb up the ladder and kick everyone out of the way to get to the top. I've seen what it does to people, and it's not very pleasant. I've seen friends of mine in bands that have become successful, completely change their personalities and become real assholes.
You pulled like the stop sign, not for us.
Yeah, we know where the brakes are.
We know when to pull the brakes.
Slow them down.
Yeah, it's just really, really stupid. Like the whole, we always loved music. You know, I love putting on music first thing in the morning when I'm going to bed. I love having it around me all the time, and it's a friend. And when you start treating it like something that's going to pay your bill, and you get greedy, so many people in this business get greedy. Mm. You know, that they just sell their soul for what they want to make them a few extra bucks.
They forget why they got into it in the first place.
They do,
totally.
Yeah.
And that's not happening with therapy, so that's a good thing.
No, we can sleep at night.
That should be very comfortable.
Yeah.
If we want to.
And what about touring? Are you going to go back on the road?
Big time.
Big time?
Yeah.
What's big time? What should I?
Every place we can play. We've been away for like a little while, apart from those gigs we talked about earlier, accepted. So we're just going to play. We're doing club shows. We've done some already in England. And like they're all like small gigs that the audience is right here. But it's kind of really great. It gets all the energy back in. And we're going to spend the rest of this year touring. We're doing some festivals. They're being confirmed at the minute. But we're just going all over the place, playing club shows like bam, 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 bam. We just can't wait.
And I also heard that you're going to go back home to play for the first time in 2 years.
Yeah.
How's that going to be, you think?
It'll be great because we're not playing the obvious places like Belfast and Dublin. We're playing Galway, Limerick, Derry and Cork, which are like places we haven't played in about 3 years. And it'll be really, really good. It's always good. It's good whenever you're from a certain country not to play there too much because people get bored of you. They've seen you growing up there and they remember you whenever you were like in the bar drunk trying to hawk your demo tape to people.
Oh, look at him now.
And look at him now in the bar drunk trying to hawk his new album.
Welcome to the church house. Welcome to the church house.
It's definitely not. This is a noisy rock and roll album. I think basically, for some people, it might have opened the door to therapy. I mean, they might buy this album and go, "Oh my God, where's the string quartets?" Or else some people might buy it and be pleasantly surprised. But you know, we were pleased that song was by Husker Du and Grant Hart, one of my favourite songwriters, and it brought him a whole new audience. And it certainly, you know, it showed a different side to therapy. Myself and Martin played a show in The Hague not so long ago, just cello and voice. And
Just the cello, really?
Yeah, we did a show in The Hague. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's sort of a European festival of cultural arts. It was really, really highbrow for us, you know.
But it's good.
We were the scruffiest people there.
But it's good as well. I mean, people like if they like Diane and they get this album, fair enough. But you know, that's the thing we're saying about therapy now. Is, you know, we've always been idiosyncratic as a band. And you know, we've got like little bits and pieces on this album which are maybe quite similar to Diane, but nothing as much as in tow with the last album, really. But you can't make records for hoping people will come and turn up. You have to make them for yourself and then let people come to you.
Yeah, true.
Otherwise, you might as well manufacture furniture or something. You know, tailor-made songs for tailor-made kids. You know. Okay, you want Diane tonight? We'll be playing 8 songs in a string quartet style. After that, you can go home to your families and kids and bring in the youngsters. We'll be playing the fast ones off the early Those of you with long hair that have smoked some hashish in a coffee shop, we'll be playing the mid-tempo ones around midnight when the drugs are kicking in. We are Therapy. Thank you very much and good night.
This is the Music Factory.